Viktor Gyokeres has an agreement to leave Sporting for 60 to 70 million euros. And Florian Plettenberg has given an exclusive update speaking about there has been more talks taking place between Andrea Berta and the Sporting's representatives for the transfer of Gyökeres. Andoni Iraola is expected to reject Tottenham from Bournemouth and sign a new contract. That is how far we have fallen. We're talking about Bournemouth managers rejecting us. And Garcia, the Spanish goalkeeper, is attracting a lot of interest, and Arsenal are prepared to battle out for this guy. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We are steamrolling our way towards 60,000 subscribers. We are about 154 away from 52K. Hopefully we can hit that this weekend. Let me know all your thoughts. We're going to start off with the news coming out from Football Insider regarding Andoni Iraola. Now, I'm not going to lie. Bournemouth are confident that Andoni Iraola will snub interest from Tottenham and sign a new contract. Now, just let that sink in for a second. Bournemouth have got some good players. Semenyo, Dean Huijsen, Kluivert, Gyokeres, Sabarini, Evan Nilsson. However, no Bournemouth manager, in my opinion, should be rejecting Tottenham. If we go out there and win the Europa League and we're competing in the Champions League, are you telling me that this manager right here rejects Tottenham to stay at fucking Bournemouth? Because if you are, you're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. This manager, as great as he is at a club like Bournemouth. No disrespect to Bournemouth, but their stadium is something like 10,000, 11,286 seats. We've got arguably the best stadium in the world, the best training facilities in the Premier League, and could be playing Champions League football next season with a trophy potentially in our cabinet in about 18 days' time. What have Bournemouth got going for them right now? Yes, they're an established, stable Premier League club right now. But what are we doing here? That is just rage bait. Whoever's decided to put that out is just talking out of their backside, in my opinion. Now, in terms of Florian Plettenberg, very, very good, reliable transfer journalist, represents Sky Sports Germany. I would say he is one of the best out there at the moment. He was first on the news linking Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. He was first on the news linking Tell to from Bayern Munich to Spurs. Andrea Berta is pushing to sign Viktor Gyokeres from Arsenal. Several talks already taken place. Alexander Isak remains high on the Gunners list as previously revealed, but he is very expensive. Manchester United, Chelsea and Real Madrid all in the race. No commitments yet. The only way I think Real Madrid are in the race is if Rodrigo goes, they put Mbappe on the right, Vinny on the left, and Gyökeres down the middle. But I don't necessarily know if Rodrigo's going to leave. Everything is still open. Bayern are currently out. Too expensive. As exclusively revealed in October, Gyökeres can leave Sporting this summer for 60 to 70 million due to a verbal agreement. So there is actually an agreement now, as you can see there, a verbal agreement between Sporting Lisbon and Viktor Gyokeres. And mark my words, if he joins Arsenal, that is the difference between winning a Premier League and not winning a Premier League. His numbers this season are absolutely stupid. They are crazy. Crazy. You know, all of the outlets, all of the news articles right now are all saying the same thing, that Arsenal are pushing to sign him. Now, listen, if they get that done, I would predict Arsenal to go and win another Premier League title. I say another. They haven't won a Premier League title for 20 years, but it would essentially be another one. You know, his record for the national team, his record for Sporting is absolutely stupidly good. It's stupid. 95 goals in 98 games with 27 assists. This season, his numbers in a sporting shirt, 38 goals in 30 games in Liga Portugal with 7 assists. He has got 6 goals in 8 games in the Champions League. He's got 4 in 3 in the Allianz Cup. He's got 7 GA in 6 in the Taça de Portugal. And he has 64 goal contributions in 48 games. Averages a goal every 67 minutes, which is stupidly good in Liga Portugal. He's got experience in the Championship. He's got experience in the Europa League. He's got experience in the Champions League. He's got experience in playing for his national team. He's a very, very top player. There's an agreement in place between him and Sporting that he can leave for around 60 to 70 million euros. Listen, I'm going to be the first person to say, if they bring him in, that closes the gap between Arsenal and Liverpool massively. You're talking about a guy right now. He might not necessarily come in and score 30 goals, but let's just be brutally honest. It is ridiculous. Now, Fabrizio Romano has said a number of times that Arsenal are expected to go out there and spend a lot of money. This upcoming transfer window for Chelsea, for Arsenal, Tottenham's new manager, Man City's rebuild, how did Liverpool deal with potentially Núñez, potentially Diaz, Trent, all these players going, Manchester United, like how did Tottenham and Man United's transfer window go? Both teams could still be, win that Europa League. It's going to be the biggest transfer window, I think, ever for Premier League teams. Genuinely, I think that this upcoming transfer window is going to be huge. Now, Everton are hopeful of beating Manchester United for the signing of Liam Delap. Now, Liam Delap right now has got something like 12 clubs lining up for him. He's had a very good season at Ipswich. He's a very, very good player. 12 goals and 2 assists in 33 games in the Premier League. For a 22-year-old who's just turned 22. Signed from Hull City, comes into the Premier League. He's a good player. I don't think he will join Everton. I think you could see him maybe at Man United or Chelsea, but is he good enough to lead the line for one of these bigger clubs with more pressure on? You look at Man United, you look what's happened with Xerxes, you look what's happened with Højlund. They are getting Cunha. They're very, very close to getting Cunha. I genuinely think that where Man United and Chelsea are in the window, I think Man United is probably a more likely option for him. If they bring in Cunha, if they bring in Liam Delap, they're in a very, very, very good position going into next season. And I think if Man United do win the Europa League and they get that Champions League money, they will be a force next season with 4 or 5 good signings. Bournemouth and Arsenal are set to battle it out for 30 million euro rated Espanyol goalkeeper Joan Garcia. Now, I was actually reading this earlier. It might have even been on Twitter. He has been having an outstanding season. I think it was it. Who was it? Was it on Twitter? I saw it. There was a picture of like his numbers, what he's done. Here it is. This is the picture. Look down on the left-hand side of his numbers in terms of performances this season. It's very, very, very high. Plenty of 8s in there, 7.9s. Lots of clean sheets against Getafe, Celta Vigo, Rayo Vallecano. Good performance against Atletico Madrid. Man of the matches against Alvarez, Mallorca, Valencia. Just had a very, very, very good season. And it looks like Arsenal are set to battle it out. I think Neto is probably going to go back to Bournemouth. And then Joan Garcia probably will be Arsenal's backup goalkeeper going into next season. It's going to be a very, very interesting upcoming transfer window. Like I said, you could see, I think the Premier League clubs will break the record for spend this this upcoming window. I think you could see, I don't know if the Premier League has ever done like a £500 million campaign or a £600 million campaign or whatever it is, the highest record. But I think it will be broken this window. Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button. I am out.